And we are live. Hi, everybody. We have a special guest today, Coach Paulo. Thank you so much for being here with us and sharing the business, sharing your journeys in wins in this business. We are looking back. The topic for today is looking back, the journey, the wins, and the lesson that we learn in this business. Of course, there is lots of lesson. There is lots of learning. So stay tuned because we hopefully we can inspire you. My name is Maria Santos. I am from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, originally from Bicol, Philippines. Full-time digital business owner and a retired nurse educator. Take it away, Tess.
Thank you. And my name is Tess. I'm coming to you live from Vancouver, Canada. Thank you so much again for being with us this morning. And we are hoping to inspire you today. And we'll give you Russell.
Unmute.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. And we're here to give you a boost and inspire you. My name is Russell. I'm from California, and we have Coach Paulo here, and we're so proud that even though he has a busy schedule, he has given his precious time and to share his journey. So anyway, I'm passing the mic to Coach Pinky.
Coach Paulo, thank you so much for saying hi and staying with us. You know, the journey of this online business is not just about the destination. It's actually the actual journey of our becoming, and the people we meet and the things that we learn, the successes and the failures along the way, and the wins that we celebrate, be it big or not. So I would like to kudos Coach Paulo for giving me a chance to interview a successful business partner inside our now almost 300,000 online business owner, and of course onlookers in our private online business community. He spearheaded the interview. We call it Road to Success, and he's been in the business. He's very close to the founder of this company that we affiliate that teaches us how to do and run an online business 24/7. So he's also a nurse. This interview sprang from Healthcare Heroes, which I formed 3.5 years ago, because for the fact that he gave me that confidence that I too can be an accountability partner as he did to me. So my name is Luisita. I am here in California. I've been a nurse for 38 years. I'm a mother for adult children. I hailed from the Philippines, as Coach Paulo is also a Filipino, but I don't know if he speaks Tagalog. But anyways, thank you for the opportunity. And I am so proud of you, and I wish you all the best in life. So let me give Maria the first question to ask Coach Paulo. Once again, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here, Coach. My first question is: how did your online business? How did your online business journey begin? Take it away, Coach.
Okay. No, this is
Thank
a really
you.
great question. Before I answer the question, I'm Paulo. I was born in the Philippines. I grew up, but I grew up in Canada. I grew up in Calgary, Alberta, and I'm here in Vancouver. And like many of the ladies here, I'm a nurse as well. I've been nursing for 23 plus years now. And my online business journey started, I would say, it would have been 9 years ago, because I've been doing the business 9 years. But then I would say 11 years back, because about 12 years ago, I was diagnosed with a rare neuromuscular disorder called cervical dystonia. And that led me to being a very independent person to a dependent person, because dystonia, my subset type, affected my neck. So I had involuntary control of my head movement. So my head was just twisting every few minutes to the right, to the point that it got very aggressive, and it irritated the nerve between my spine, C5 and 6. So then I lost full control of my right arm as well. And the only way I could stay comfortable without having a lot of pain was just lying down in bed. And I thought that was the rest of my whole life. I thought that was how I was going to live. And I got quite depressed. And I was always thinking not about trying to get healthy, trying to get back on my feet. What I was thinking about was money because I just moved into a new condo as well. And so I was like thinking, how am I going to pay the mortgage? How's the partner that I was with going to pay for the bills, etc.? Like it was all money related. And I told myself, I don't want to be back in that situation again where I was thinking about money. I know with nurses, we get, in here in Canada, we get long-term, short-term disability, but I didn't access it during that time. And so I didn't really get much of those resources, but that was sort of the beginning part of me starting to look for something better because in that situation as a nurse, I was also stressed out because me and my colleague, I do cancer clinical trials research. So I was doing gynecology cancers, gastrointestinal, sarcoma, brain cancers. We had a team of 3 nurses, and one of them went on sick leave because of the stress. And so me and my colleague were working at 3 nurse workload for almost about a year and a half because we couldn't find a replacement. We couldn't just pull a nurse from the hospital or other clinics because you have to be specifically trained for this particular position. And not a lot of people wanted to do research nursing. And so we were left to look after the patient load for 3 nurses, and it was only 2 of us. So we're coming in. I was working probably up until like 6:37. My clinics are done at 4:30. I was charting until 7 or 8 p.m. on the weekdays, coming in on weekends, prepping my clinics for the next week because I just didn't have time during the week. And I was doing that for months on end. It wouldn't stop. And so that stress built up, I think, was what sort of triggered my condition. And so that's sort of like, for me, I was like, I can't stay in this position and this work if it was going to keep affecting my health. And for me, that light at the end of the tunnel just kept going further and further away, just thinking about being in this profession. I mean, I love being a nurse. I was good at the job that I was doing, but when it impacts your health and it impacts your ability to look after other people, then you start thinking about other ways and but then you feel kind of stuck, right, at that time. And one day I came across on Facebook one of the founders' posts, because this is when they just started the sort of the business models that they created. And I just kind of followed them for months and just kind of see what they were doing, how things were improving for them. And then I think it was like maybe 8 or 9 months later, I just saw them still doing quite well. And it wasn't until a year after that I actually signed up for the webinar. And so that's where I learned about the whole system. And then I spoke to one of the founders who is a friend of mine before he started the business. And so I was chatting with him, and I had to call with him to get started. And that's sort of how the whole journey began. But it's just sort of the buildup of being a nurse, having my health issue. And then that sort of caused me to start looking for something different. So I hope that answers that question. Oh, Maria, you're on mute, Maria.
That was an amazing journey. Being a nurse, we know each and every one of us work as a nurse, and we started with a why we look into something, a side hustle or a full-time business that can sustain us, that can replace our full-time job. Amazing, 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 coach. Thank you so much for that sharing. And Tess, take it away. The second question, please.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Paulo. I know Paulo does not speak Tagalog very well, but this is all English. We all know that the whole world would always say that nurses are heroes. And don't you dare mess around with a nurse, because the nurse always know the anatomy of your body. And any problem that you tell to a nurse, then they will know which part of your body is connected, to each part. And but even then, Nurses are problem solvers. We all get our issues as well. And today I am going to ask Paulo, what was his biggest challenge as a person and as a nurse? Thank you so much, Paulo.
So I'll answer the nurse part first about what my biggest challenge. And I think the first part was switching from working for somebody else to working for myself. I had a little bit of a, I would say like a transition because as a cancer research nurse, we're very autonomous in that role. And so we had to create our own schedules. We didn't have a manager telling us what to do. It was all based on patient workload, what patients are coming on trial. So we all had to learn how to be sort of functional on our own. So that helped in a way of the transition of working for myself. But it was a whole mindset shift too that took a bit of time because uh, just trying to get the mindset of an entrepreneur, the mindset of like, I'm worth going down this journey, this going down to creating my own business. Like it was more of a self sort of growth. A lot of talk about making sure that you have sort of the right mindset because we. For those who are watching, our community has weekly masterminds, and we just don't talk about business. We talk as well about mindset, about making that shift. Because if this isn't right up here and how you're feeling inside, trying to do the business as an entrepreneur is you're going to fail because you're always going to constantly doubt yourself. You're always going to constantly let fear impact your ability to move forward. And so that I think that was my biggest challenge, was also going to challenge a lot of my fears. I mean, one of my major fears, I think from the business and personal, was being on camera because I have major stage fright. I've had it ever since I was growing up as a kid. And because of one of the books that was suggested in our mastermind about tapping your subconscious, I know that fear was related to when I was in grade 5. I had to sing in front. We had an operetta performance in front of our school when I was in grade 5. And when it came to my turn to sing, I went blank with my verse that I had to sing in front of the whole school. And that was sort of the triggering point of me being afraid to be in front of people, to be in front of the camera. And because of one of the masterminds that taught us to read this book about tapping your subconscious and moving past these fears, I became more comfortable doing these things, such as go lives, as well as doing interviews, and not having things to be perfect, where like I have to say the perfect things, etc. Because I was always so hard on myself every time. Like every time when in our community we had to do our first go live challenge in the community, I remember multiple times I went go live, and then I stopped after a few seconds and I deleted it, and then I did it again, and then I deleted it, and then I was like, hey, I have to just do it. And because you just see all these people popping up, and so that was my biggest challenge. Test on a personal and a sort of business level. And over time, as Pinky said, I helped with a lot of these interviews within our community for people in our team who reached major milestones. And that got me more comfortable being in front of the camera, interviewing people. And I applied sort of those same concept as well with my nursing career, that I would talk and do topics in front of my clinical trials department of, I think it's almost about 100 people. And then again, like with the masterminds, I do topics in front of a bunch of our community, where sometimes there could be almost, I'd say, 800 to 1,000 people online watching. And so I just kind of forced myself a lot to get over that fear. You're never going to get rid of the fear though, but it's gotten less. Like I'd say at the beginning it was a 10 out of 10, and now it's about like a 2 out of 10 when I talk in front of people now. So I hope that answers that question, Tess.
That is amazing. Joining this business, it's all about mindset. We're all scared. I was scared. I was not a tech savvy. Just like Coach Paulo said, I've been a nurse for long years, but I never had a social media experience. I don't know how to do anything about computer. I was fearful too. Everybody is fearful, but you know what? We have that why. We have that why that push us to where we are right now. Okay, Russell, take it away. The next question, please. My battery.
Thank you, Coach. You're really an inspiration, especially your journey. I'm also one of those people who really gets so nervous during interview, even though, I'm not even the one being interviewed, just like right now. I'm really nervous. But anyway, real growth really happens along those trenches. So anyway, Coach Paulo, looking back at your journey of, balancing, your schedule and building your business, what setbacks or loss affected you most, and how did you push through it?
So there for this. Oh, sorry. There's a bit of echoing. Okay, that's good. There wasn't no specific setbacks. I think in general, I'm just gonna go talk in general. It's like my personal life was a setback while I was doing this business because as my business was growing, I ended up going through a divorce. I had to sell, and then during that time, I had to sell my condo during COVID, which was a very stressful time. And then I had my Lola pass away during COVID. I had my Tita pass away during COVID. And then a year later, I had my Tito pass away. And then it was just a lot of like personal things that happened that where I had to kind of step back emotionally from the business. I was still doing the business. I was posting every day. I was, being a mentor to my mentees. I was doing the Road to Success interviews within our community. Like I was still doing all those things, but it's just my business kind of went, like it just stayed flat. It didn't keep going up. And that was sort of the challenges. And what I like about this business model is that even if you have to step back, your business can still run in the background. As long as you do sort of the minimal things to keep the business running, it can still run in the background. And when you're ready again to take that kind of go back into the business, it's there. You can get back into it. So that's sort of the general thing, sort of like what kind of set me back. And I feel like now I'm kind of getting back into that motion again because I felt like it's been almost like a 3-4 year kind of lull for me of just kind of plateau, but I was still staying connected with the business. But alongside that, like there's other sort of business opportunities that came along because of the knowledge of this business, which I'll talk about later.
Actually, there are lots of challenges along the way. We can say that this business is not a bed of roses, right? Personal business thing, it will come. But you know what? As I said, with our why and what our mindset, even though we stop, we can continue again. Even though we stop, there is an automation that is running in the background and helping us do the business for us. And the next question, please, Coach Pinky.
I would say this business has taught us being in the healthcare industry that every little setback is actually a win because it makes us divert to a different, knowing that we're capable of doing something else. But in the background, we can do more things other than what we're currently like. We have a business, we're doing this, we're doing that. So I feel they are not setback. They're actually leading us ultimately to where our becoming is and where our journey is. And talking about, failure is not at all failure because they lead us eventually to the win that we are gonna so eagerly know that it's like in the cusp of all this. So the years compounding is delivering greatest win. But every year and every month is a win. So my question is, what is your greatest win in this business?
So I'm gonna say two things. Sorry, it's just on echoing. Okay, good. I'm gonna talk about two greatest wins. I think one of them, I think, was the biggest. Was I would say fourth year of my business is when I was able to earn. Was that one? Like was it, 5-figure commissions from the business, and it was to the point where I did that in 2 weeks. So the amount I made was what I would make as a nurse here in Canada for 2 months. So for me, that was one of the biggest sort of like, wow, this business model actually can help us earn supplemental income. I wasn't expecting that much because most of us, when we come into this business, we were thinking like maybe 500,000, couple thousand, but making a 5-figure commission in that short of time was a very eye-opening for me, especially in knowing what is available or what can actually happen in the online space. I know a lot of people have been able to earn more than that, but that for me was a big win. I think, and then the second win was, I'm trying to think of the second win I was talking about. Oh, the second win is just learning the knowledge of marketing, because the information that we are taught in our community can be applied to other businesses as well, which I've been able to do with other couple business opportunities. I'm just kind of starting on the side right now too. And I've been able to help other friends and family as well who want to have a better social media presence, because a lot of them know that social media marketing is where it's at, but they don't know how to create their brand. They don't know how to do specific posts. And so I'm teaching them how to do that. And for me, it's like giving back to other people. So I think those are the two biggest wins, Rosita. And it just helped me build the courage again to, over the years, to be comfortable being a entrepreneur, being a business person. And I'm really happy about that I took the risk 9 years ago to start this business.
Thank you so much for that win, Coach Paulo. Everybody here, right? We want to win. We want to win. Yeah, that's why we're here. And we are building a legacy, right? A legacy for our family. And you know what? The personal growth is amazing. I don't have any business background, nothing, zero. But I say yes. And that yes was the beginning of my journey. All we have to do is just take action and try it. And then it's up to you to decide whether you want it or not, right? And we are here to help and guide you. Next question is, okay, where I am. Is it mine? Okay, I'm sorry, Coach. How did your journey change your life?
So yeah, I kind of talked a little about how this journey changed my life, but in overall, I think this journey has changed my life in a way that for me, nursing isn't like, I don't feel like I'm stuck like where I have to do nursing, because when I remember working in the hospitals and I see all these older nurses who've been nursing for like 40, 50, like sometimes some of them, I think almost 50 years. And I'm like, I can't do this that long. Like, look, because a lot of them are like wearing like the wristband or the knee things or the back braces, because a lot of us nurses, we get injured on the job. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this for this long. And for me to know that I wouldn't say a way out, but I had another option of building supplemental income, for me was a weight lifted off my shoulders. Because as I mentioned, when I was saying there's that light at the end of the tunnel, when I started doing the business, that light kind of just got closer and closer. And now that I've been doing this business for so long and starting other things on the side, I'm past the tunnel now. Like, I feel like I've actually won the lottery in my sense, because I've been able to do other things. And it's sort of like once your blinders are up and you see what the online opportunities are, you can't unsee all of these other things that you can do, not with this business, but other business opportunities. And I've seen many people in our community as well, because we teach people to sort of give back to the community, give back to things that they believe in. We've seen a lot of people help other people in a way of like, I mean, our community now, every couple months, we're running sort of like masterminds in other communities. So we're teaching other people are creating foundations in the community, other people are doing other things that they couldn't have been able to do. Like I interviewed one other physician, or as a nurse, no, I was a healthcare worker who wanted to create a clinic in Haiti. And so there's all these other things that people are doing. And so we're creating, I think we're able to create a ripple effect in that sense. And so that's what I found in this journey, that I've been able to, that I'm not limited with my dreams or what I can do. Because back then when I was a nurse, all these things that I wish I would have been able to do, I've been able to do because I have a vision board. I put everything down on there. And it's weird because a lot of things actually come to life with what I've written on the vision board. And I think it's because of the fact that I'm just staying focused on what I want to accomplish, staying focused, staying connected to the community, staying optimistic and positive. And that's really helped me sort of get me to reach to those steps and to fulfill those goals. So yeah, I think that's overall sort of like my journey, what I've been able to experience, Maria.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Yeah.
Right? This business is all about time freedom and flexibility. When we work as a nurse, we have a boss, we have that alarm clock. Sometimes we drag our feet going. If we are not feeling good, we just don't want to go. But we are committed to that shift, to that patient that needed us. But this business give us the freedom in time flexibility that we've been dreaming. Everybody is dreaming to live for. Take it, Coach Pinky. The next question, please.
Give it to Ate Tess. This is an exciting one since we do mentor and our accountability.
Okay. That's sorry.
Okay. So here's the next question for you, Paolo. I mean, it was good for you because you were exposed to the field of nursing at your young age, and you have already foreseen what you don't want to become when you become older as a nurse. And I realized that, when I started nursing here, I realized that the older nurses have a very, very wisdomly way of making you believe in them. But all the way, you will tell to yourself, she is just doing something so that I'm gonna do her job, something like that. But it's all a part of the job, right? And as a young person, I think you're the youngest among us here. You could be our apo, me and Maria. And, I would like you to give an advice to beginners in the nursing field and in this business. Thank you, Paulo.
So with the nursing field, the advice I can give to nurses is you have to look out for yourself. Number one, look out for your health, because this is the stuff I'm talking more now about. We don't know our stress threshold. We don't. It's invisible. We don't know until we actually hit it, which is what we call burnout. And we need to be mindful of the work that we put in. Yeah, the overtime is like, it's good money, but in the end, when you're taking away that time from your personal time where you could have, relaxed, you could have just done nothing, you could have met up with your friends or family or go to an event, you're taking away from that time because you're like, oh, the money looks good. But in the end, money is just money when your health, the time, you can't get time back, you can't get your health back. And so when you're pushing yourself too much because you want to make that high income, something will get affected. And a lot of times it's your health. And coming from me, where I worked in Vancouver General Hospital, I worked in thoracic surgery, respiratory medicine, I've done gastrointestinal surgery, I've done trauma surgery, I've done cancer research, I've audited cancer clinical trials with Bristol Myers Squibb as an auditor, I've done informatics, creating new workloads. I've worked in multiple areas of nursing. So I know, like, my advice, I'm coming from all different areas of corporate health and like the pharmaceutical side, that it's all the same. You have to look out for yourself, because in the end, you're just a number to these employers. They don't, from from what I've seen and from what I've seen from other colleagues who've been injured at work, they don't really care about your health. They can just come and replace you with another nurse or another agency nurse to get the work done. And it's just, for me, this is where I say you have to push back at times and just look after you and take more breaks. Don't, I don't know. There's a lot of nurses who, when they take their breaks, they eat it at the job. Like, go outside and have a break. Do that. Separate your breaks and just disconnect, because nursing is a very stressful job. No matter what unit or floor that you work on, it's just because you're always giving, giving, giving. And so that's one of my advice, is just to make sure you get back to yourself. So stay active, go to the gym. If you don't work out, do yoga, do Pilates, do anything to help your body keep moving. Go biking, go running, meditation, do that as well, or just breath work. And just take that time, because it all adds up in a way of you looking after your health, because you don't want to reach burnout, because I've experienced burnout twice already, and it's not a good feeling. And my cervical dystonia that I have, it's the doctors don't know what caused it, but I'm convinced it was the stresses that was happening from the environmental stresses. And I can't reverse that. I have it for life. I have to get medical Botox every, I would say 16 to 18 weeks. I have to do physiotherapy constantly, medical massages constantly to maintain what I have now. And so I'm tied to that. And so for the nurses who are still healthy, I know a lot of nurses have good benefits. Go get your massages, go to your physio, because I know it's weird. I don't know why a lot of nurses don't do it. They don't take advantage of it, but do it, because physically we strain a lot at the job. So that's sort of like my overall advice for nurses, is look after yourself. And then from the business side as well, for beginners doing it, is take your time, because it's something that can be overwhelming to learn, because it is a lot to learn. As Maria said, like I would say a lot of us here don't have a marketing or business background. We've learned it through the knowledge that was passed down through the training that we have access to. And you have to look at it this way too. Like, when you go into a new unit, you just got hired, you have 3 months, usually probation, I wouldn't say probation, but like 3 months sort of learning. You're learning how the unit works. Your mentor is teaching you how to do X, Y, and Z. This is the same thing with this business as well. You get connected with multiple mentors. You get training on how to do the marketing, how to do social media, etc. So it just takes time to get comfortable. Like, it took me almost a year to get comfortable doing this business, how to answer questions with people who are looking at this business. And it took time. So don't be afraid. I know fear comes popping up all the time, making you think like, is this the right decision I'm doing, or is this the right journey? Just push that fear down and just keep moving forward. Because imagine if fear kept popping up in your nursing career. Like, did I make the right move going from medicine to surgical? And like, I know a lot of nurses, they do, and here in Canada, like, if you go into a role for 3 months, you don't like it, you can go back to your other role. But most of us will just kind of keep pushing forward. And so just keep pushing forward with this business, because this model works. I mean, it's been around for 10 years. It's created multiple millionaires in our community, people making 5 figures, 6 figures a month in this community. So anything's possible with this business, because there's no cap to your financial earnings in this business. Whereas in nursing, you're capped no matter what. And the flexibility is, I think, one of the best things with this business. So yeah, for those who are beginners doing this business, stay open-minded. If you are fearful, if you have questions, reach out to your mentor or coach, because they'll help guide you. We've been there, we've been down that road. We can help you with any sort of hesitations that you have in this business. So yeah, I'll pass it back to you, Tess.
Thank you so much, Coach. Wow. This is an amazing, because as our Coach mentioned, that when most of us jump into this business as nurses, right? Nurses with no knowledge of the business. But you know what? We always have that fear at the back of our head and question, can I do it? How can I do it? Can I be successful? Yes, you can be. As long as you have a huge why, you're willing to learn, and you are coachable, you are into this business to win. Every tools that you need, the business in the box, the proven system, step-by-step training, the automation, mentoring is there for you. So what are you waiting for? To you, Coach Pinky.
Anyway, it's my turn, but so
It's
anyway,
it's all right.
yeah, thank you, Coach Pau, for your insights regarding, for the nurses and also for the nurses and also for those who are beginning to start the online business. Anyway, leadership isn't just about building your own success. It's about lifting others up along the way, especially when momentum slows down. I know you've navigated your own personal setbacks and worked your way right through that heavy season in your life. So, Coach Paulo, how about for for those teams or business partners that needs a spark? How do you motivate them and rally them up to keep going?
This is really great. Oh, sorry. Russ, I'll just wait for you. Okay, perfect. This is a really great question, and this is a tough one because motivating other people is challenging. I find from my personal experience um, with motivating my mentees or even people within our community who reach out, because ultimately, in the end, it's up to that individual to be pushing themselves, because I can't be there pushing them. It's like, you have to do it, you have to do it. It's up to them. And all I can really do is give them verbal sort of guidance, verbal encouragement, because yeah, it's I can keep saying it, but it's up to that individual. And how I do it with my mentees is I'll do weekly. Sometimes I'll do weekly one-on-ones with someone who is just starting off the business. Others within like a bigger setting, I'll do like every 2 weeks or every once a month. And I always keep my communication open. So if anyone wants to reach out to me if they have questions, but I don't. I teach because I've been a mentor and a preceptor as a nurse with other nursing students. I always, with my nursing students, I always tell them, before you come to me, go look up the information and go under, the internet and find the policies and procedures. And then if you can't find it, then reach out to me and I'll help you find it. And then from there, when they find it, what I do is I get them to tell me the steps that they've learned to see if they're doing things correctly. So I apply that same knowledge and skill set to this business when I'm mentoring my mentees, because I'm here to hold people's hand, but not hold them and micromanage their own business, because it's their own business. I have my own business. They've got their own business. If you start right away telling them, do all these things, help them micromanage their business, they're going to get used to it. They're going to be like, oh, Coach Paulo is going to help me do this and this, and you're not going to help them in the long run. And I'm not here to teach people to be dependent on me. I'm teaching them to become a business owner, an entrepreneur, because that's going to serve them better in the long run. And so that's sort of what I've done. So yeah, I hope that answers that question, Russell.
Thank you so much, Coach. Yeah, you own the business, right? We own the business. So we are responsible for how to grow this business. We are responsible for the learning, and we have to be coachable. The mentor in the coach is there to help and guide you and not do the business for you. Anyway, the training is available, right? The Google is available. You can find things that you needed, right? If it's still hard, I believe, right? You can ask questions, but figure it out first, because you know what? How about if you got a mentee Okay, a mentee that comes under you, how you gonna tell to them, okay, you do it on your own? But we confidently say that there is a help in a guide. Okay, thank you so much. Coach Pinky, please.
Appreciate you, Coach Paulo. You are a ripple effect. And in our lives, let's create ripples. I always tell everyone, like, look at your life like you're in a vast ocean. You throw yourself out there, and in any segment of your life, you create a ripple, whether you like it or not. And there's more opportunities out there that we as nurses thought, when we hear about overtime and double pay, and whoop, I'm going to jump in there and get that because it's an easy money. As hard as we work, it is easy money. It's late, double time, you're paid after 2 weeks. And if you're just within that comfort zone, it doesn't mean that you're going to give up your job. You're stepping out of a bigger, vast ocean, and you're going to throw out a stone. Like I see, Coach, this is the chismis part, we call it in the Filipino way. I saw how you created ripple in your life. You overcome challenges, and you have a significant, grandma, and your mom is a very strong factor, but they set you free. You just didn't go in the normal realm of being a nurse, and you discovered other things. So you discovered this business, you navigated life. As I've said, my kids are adult. I've already done my part. This is like similar to mentorship and training, and as in life coaching and health coaching. You go out there, create ripple. Now I know success is defined by other people. Some define it by money, like nurses. When you make more money, that is success. Other define it like when you raise your kids and they're human being that is able to create ripple as well. But how would you define success? And please share with us what you're doing right now, because this is not just in the confine of being a nurse, of being an online business. As I've said, I'm a life coach now. There is more to scratch in this world. Do not confine yourself. Create ripple as much as you can. So please share with us, how would you define success, and what have you been doing? And I'm so proud of you traveling all over the world. Who would do that?
No, thank you, Pinky. I'll just wait for you to mute. So, okay, perfect. How we define success, for me, success is the flexibility, because looking back at what I've been able to do now, I'm just like, I can't believe I've done a lot of it. And a lot of it has been traveling. So one of the things is, like, I did take a step back with nursing just to manage my health, because stress does exacerbate my symptoms. And so I've taken either, I'm in the casual role now, so I just do hours to cover vacation time with my colleagues. And so having more the flexibility with doing this business, and because with this business, you can do a lot on your mobile phone, is that I can travel a lot. I've traveled a lot with my partner. We, a couple of years ago, we went and traveled for 7 months. I went to 21 countries, lived in Mexico, lived in South America, in Buenos Aires. We went and lived in Madrid, Spain. And then we did a 2-week cruise to the Mediterranean. And then just recently, I just came back from the Philippines. I was there for 5 months. And so I was learning, because I grew up in Canada. I don't know the Filipino culture in the Philippines. So that was one of the main reasons to go back and to say goodbye to my Lola, who passed away. So and then to get better at my Tagalog. Yeah, I'll I'll try to talk Tagalog, pero yeah, konti lang yung words I can get. But I learned the culture there. I was able to get to know the beauty of the Philippines, which I never had a chance to, because I did visit the Philippines a couple times, but only a couple weeks, going to touristy areas. But I actually didn't really get to learn how the Filipino people are in the Philippines, as well as seeing more of the islands in the Philippines. And for me, it's like the Philippines is beautiful. It's I think one of the most beautiful beaches that you can find around the world. So yeah, I got to travel a lot. Like I've traveled a lot with my partner, traveled a lot with our friends, and I would say I'm at 39 countries right now. My partner is over close to 70, so I'm trying to catch up with him. So yeah, I've done a lot of traveling, and for me, again, just success is having that flexibility and being able to run the business anywhere in the world. That basically if you have Wi-Fi connection, you can run the business. And so yeah, that's the success part of how I define success, and not being tied to a physical location of going into work. Because for me, it's it's for me when I go into work now and doing the casual hours, I don't know, like I've been more hypersensitive in the way of feeling people's energies and stuff. I don't know, like I'm talking a little bit more spiritual now in a way that because I've traveled in multiple places, been in different parts of the world, it's heightened my spiritual level, a way of feeling energies. And when I go into work, you can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it with my colleagues. A lot of like, it's just like, I wouldn't say negative, but sad energy, and I feel that in a way. And so, going back to the success part, it's like I'm glad I don't have to go into that, and I'm glad I don't feel like I'm tied to that, because I can just do the business anywhere that I want to. And because of this business, as I kind of talked about, with the knowledge that we can use with the marketing, I've been able to do other opportunities on the side as well. So like one of my sort of brandings in my business is travel, and so with that, I started my YouTube travel channel. And then because of the travel part that I did with my partner, we had trouble finding and connecting with people. And I started I started doing a deeper dive into like, why is it hard to connect with people? And then from there, like I decided to found a new travel app that helps people connect safely with travelers and locals, because there's nothing out there right now. There's no platform out there. And for me, I feel confidence that I know the need is there. And because and it all ties down to this business, because I see what within our online community, how we created a community of people giving back um, and helping the community in a positive way. And we're all in there because we met a certain criteria. We're not negative. If and anyone who is saying negative things or things like that, they get kicked out. And because I know we can do that with this community, I know I can create that in the travel space community. And it's because of that experience that I have the confidence moving forward, that I know this new venture that I'm doing on the side is going to be successful as well. And again, just stepping back, it's because of this confidence of this business over 9 years, and mentoring, and just seeing all these opportunities in the online space, and leveraging AI as well is one of the things I've been using to help run my businesses. It's just helping me do all these things on the side, which I never would have thought I'd been able to do if I stuck with nursing. Because at nursing, you're just so tired of, like, you're just stressed out. You're just there to do your shifts, do what you need to do, pay the bills, put money aside, maybe go on vacation, and you're just on that same routine cycle. And being able to step outside of the box and use this information that I have, and just try other different things has been such a great opportunity. And when I was in the Philippines, like, I met so many cool people there, from expats to Filipinos who have the entrepreneur mindset. There's not a lot in the Philippines for people, like, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but there's not a lot of Filipinos with sort of the entrepreneur mindset. But the ones that I've met, they've got such great ideas, and it sparked other things that I want to do in the Philippines later on, because there's just all these other ideas that I, again, would have not thought of or thought I could do if I didn't start this business. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, Pinky.
I keep going out there. Do you know there's a market, and do you know whatever you want to do, it's possible in this given world. So I want to appreciate you once again. Thank you so much. This is one of the best interview I've done with Tess and Maria, and I want to give it to Maria. Ross, thank you so much for joining us. I know you work tonight. Ate Maria, I truly appreciate. And for those who are listening, the world is so big, and there's so many things more to do. Look at this online business. Look at what more can you do. Don't limit yourself. Ate Maria, I'll give you the
Thank you so much, Coach Paulo. It's really amazing. Now I'm jealous, to be honest with you, because we found this business at our retirement age. And here we are learning. Wow, you are so blessed because you found it early at your early age, and then you enjoyed the traveling, right? This business is that what we say that you can work anywhere, everywhere you want, right? It is the automation is there for you, even though you're in the plane out there. The automation is working for you, so you will not miss anything. If you travel, only your cell phone, your laptop, and a good Wi-Fi connection. Because in the Philippines, mostly we don't have a good Wi-Fi connection. No, we don't have that. So anyway, thank you so much, Coach. Thank you. You are such an inspiration for us. And you know what? There's no regret for me in test, right? I'm just joking when I say I'm jealous. But you know what? We will go there. We will travel as much as we can, as long as we can walk at our age. Thank you so much. And back to you, Coach Pinky.
Oh, thank you so much. Bring with you Starlink when you travel because it can lead you anywhere, especially you have this project and keep doing it. Thank you very much, Paolo. I appreciate you. Appreciate Ross. Appreciate Maria and Tess. Till next time, we have the 17th. We have someone with us, and then we have the 24th and the 31st. So God bless everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Coach Pao.